Well, here we are at the private short game area here at the GBC Golf Academy at Olympic View, and I'm here with Matt Matheson. Of course, we were just chatting about clutch putting, and I think, Matt, you said something interesting during our talk in the studio, in that you know, you like to pick the line, commit to the line, and then try to hit a good putt along that line. I think one of the things that a lot of amateurs and even better players fall into the trap is that they wind up thinking about their stroke too much during a putt, rather than, you know, maybe picking the line and hitting it solid. But we'll let you sort of talk a little bit more about that, and then show us what you do to practice good putting.
Okay, yeah, probably one of the biggest flaws I see is someone will set up to a putt. For example, they'll pick right edge, they'll get over the ball, and at the last second they'll adjust and, you know, push it outside, put it in the middle. They won't commit to the stroke, and it leads to a little tentativeness. The ball doesn't roll as well, so they don't control their speed well, and they're not committing to the putt. So they might get lucky and make a few, but then we all, whether it's to break 80, to break 90, to shoot 65, we're all going to have a short putt towards the end of our round that makes us a little more nervous. And you don't want to be trying to intentionally push or pull a putt. You want to feel really confident that where you've aimed your putter is where the ball is going to start. That's something I focus on very hard. I work very hard with my students on that, and I've seen great results, especially on the shorter putts. And then with longer putts, just committing to that and getting a good roll on the ball, and you'll see more putts disappear doing that than trying to guide them in with the putting stroke.
Great. Well, let's take a look at some of your practice habits.
Okay, I'm just going to take you through a few of the basic checkpoints I go through, especially important before we're playing a round that matters, whether it's a tournament round or just a round with your friends that you're trying to show off. I just got a nice little 5-footer here. It's pretty straight, but a few of the very simple basics I see people lose and not set up properly is going to make it very tough to make that stroke efficient and repeatable. Probably the number one thing is I'll see their putters. You can look here, heel down like that, and the toes up. And what happens when we do that is our hands get below, they get below our shoulders and inside, and that's going to cause our hands to open and close the club face. It's going to be very easy to push or pull a putt doing this. A lot of people don't even realize they set up like that. They just look down and it seems like the putter's flat, but it's actually sitting up really, that toe's really up in the air, and that's going to cause a lot of face rotation.
Yeah, I can see, if you do that again, Matt, we can see. You might not be able to see it from your vantage point over the golf ball, but look at, I can fit a whole index finger under there and get you to squeeze that out of there and soul the putter flush.
Yeah, so just one of the big ones I've always worked on is really making sure my putter sits nice and flat. It feels nice and upright in my hands. And one of the traits you'll see in almost every great putter I've ever seen on video is there'll be a straight line from the left forearm right down the shaft. Most recently we've seen Matt Kuchar use a putter that he actually lines up with his arm. So he basically has the putter up like that, and that keeps the putter on a nice swinging arc, which lets the putter head move properly.
Probably the best putter in the world today has that quality of the putter shaft and the left forearm matching up. Brandt Snedeker.
Yeah.
Watch him this weekend.
He actually was talking about it a couple weeks ago when they were asking one of his keys, and very similar. When he's warming up, he goes through a few of these other checkpoints. Another one of my favorite ones to do this with my students all the time. I'll ask, are your eyes over the ball? They don't have to be directly over it. Slightly to the inside is okay as well. I try and get mine pretty close. Great way to check this out: put a golf ball next to your left eye, set up over your putter like that, and just let the ball fall. You see the ball fell pretty close to the middle of my putter face, so I'm in a fairly comfortable posture. So just for an example, when I get out there before a round, if I've got a few minutes, I want to go to the green, the putter sits flat, I feel like I'm in a good posture. I take a couple nice swinging practice strokes, aim my putter, and then not only I hear keep your head down a lot, I want you to keep your eyes very still and just let the ball go.
Solid.
So when I say keep the eyes still, is I see a lot of people focusing on their head staying still, but if you watch closely, you can actually see their eyes following the putter head. Aside from that, I mean, training aids are awesome for putting. There's some great ones out there. I know the iPhone app for ping is a great one as well. It's basically a metronome that helps you get a good tempo and rhythm to your stroke. But right now I'm going to show you one of my favorites. You'll see me doing this if you're ever out here and you see me on the short game area. Any student of any level will always have to hit a few putts like this. This training aid is called the Swinky. It's awesome. It's got, I think, 9 or 10 different uses now. I use it for a multitude of things, but this is one of my favorites. What we're going to do with the Swinky is we're going to line up the ball, put the shaft of the putter on the shaft of the Swinky, and just let it swing. And what that's going to do is it's going to let the putter swing on a natural arc, slightly to the inside and slightly to the inside on the way through.
It's like a little plane board for your putter, which gives it, allows you to feel that little natural shaft rotation, I guess, eh? And
yeah, and understanding that I'm not rotating the putter with my body. By turning my shoulders back, the putter head's naturally going to rotate to the inside a little bit both ways through.
Just beautiful.
So if I set up over this, you can see I can actually let my putter just stand up like that. It's soled nice and flat on the ground. And if I get my hands opposing and I line this up properly and take a nice smooth stroke, okay, the ball's going to go in every time.
Man, if you'll do that for me one more time too, I just want to point out something to our viewers here today. The position of your finish is really beautiful there. Do that for me one more time. Notice how naturally, as you say, it rotates. The toe of the putter naturally leads the heel, just due to the natural rotation of the club and the follow through with the shoulders and the body. So a really nice position there.
And I hear a lot of people talk about a straight back and straight through stroke. To me, my stroke feels straight back and straight through. Seeing it on video, I know it actually does rotate a little bit. That's a feeling I have. Steve Stricker's been talked about a lot as being straight back, straight through. When he talks about it, he actually talks about releasing the putter blade a lot. So to him, he feels like it's not moving, because if you look, he's not moving his wrists, he's just turning his shoulders. So if you can hit 3 or 4 putts with a swinky, pull the ball out a couple inches, try and hit a few without the plane there, I'm pretty confident you're going to make a lot more short putts.
Matt, thanks a lot for being with us today on the GBC Academy TV show. It's great.
My pleasure.
We encourage everybody to come on out and take some short game lessons here at the private short game area, the GBC Academy area. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next episode.
Yep, thanks.